when I was working for the Pergs, I was supposed to help organize this annual conference for all the people that are working for the Pergs in across the nation. And this was in 1985, 86. And at that time, Cesar Chavez was starting to do some work where he was going to environmental groups, which were predominantly white, and he was trying to get them to support reducing pesticides because that was impacting the farm workers. And so my job was to get him there and to get him in the room. And I had met him a couple times because of my parents being involved in the United Farm Workers Movement. I'm a Latina, Mexican American, and we had been involved in that. So we're sitting outside. The room's filled with like 400 or 500 people, mostly all white. I would say 99% white. And we're sitting outside, and we started talking, and I was telling about my family, and he just looks up at me and he says, "What are we doing here? What are we doing here?" And I knew what he meant, like, what are we doing here, really? But I think that, it's really important for us to be This is a big problem. It's not going to be solved from one place and from one ethnic group. And in fact, I think the underrepresented groups, most of the underrepresented groups in the United States have a different relationship with nature. And I would say from my own background as a Latina, nature is something that we feel is a part of us. It's an extension of us. And to exploit it is to really be doing harm to ourselves. So I feel like this is an issue where I feel like the people of color in our nation right now have a unique voice and an opportunity to really solve some of these problems. And I actually believe that's where the solutions are going to come from.